Hi, welcome back to ARC, Addis Reality Kitchen, the conversation. I have with me here Thobile, and we are going to be talking about the internal conflict we face as a single mother. And welcome to my podcast, and thank you for giving me your time, and thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. Hi, my name is Thobile Ntombela. Born and bred in Durban, South Africa, now living in Johannesburg. I am a mother of two daughters, one aged 17 and another aged 4. I am an IT manager in the financial services, and I'm passionate about personal development, transformation, emotional intelligence. Thank you for having me.
You know, it's very funny when I gave her a phone call and I said to her, I would like you to come on my show to come and talk about your experience as a single mother and the societal castigation that you faced. And she surprised me and she said to me, Ade, honestly, I wouldn't be able to say that because I did not face any external attacks. The attacks that I faced came from me. It was internal. And it piqued my interest because most of the time we actually do not talk about that. I think most of the time is because we also need to find somebody to blame, to say everybody's attacking me. But the truth is 60% or 70% of the time, you are the ones attacking yourself with the voices in your head and the things that you presume people are saying about you. So please I would like you to tell me just briefly your journey as a single mother and how you came to understand that every battle you fought was you fighting yourself.
Yeah. So I think the best place to start is the fact that I was a young mother. I had my daughter at 20 years old, still living at home. The father of my child was my high school sweetheart. I come from a home where I had a mom and a dad. So to me, the nuclear or the standard nuclear setup was what was the norm.
Yeah.
So I grew up seeing that. I grew up knowing that. Not only was that what I saw at home, but it was what I saw as well with my parents, friends, and relatives. And I assumed that was what life was about. Bar one, I didn't know single moms. And as a result, it was something that was foreign to me.
Wow.
So, fast forward, and here I was as a single mother. I thought my world had ended. Completely.
Look at you now.
Why, thank you. You know, at that moment, I thought to myself, no one else would want me. There's no man that would want me.
True.
With
with a baggage,
exactly. First of all, I was 25 with a 5-year-old, and this person who I had believed was meant to be my forever after, our 10-year run had come to an end.
Oh.
And there I was, stuck. And the voices within me were filled with negative feelings. I felt like a failure. I felt like an outcast. I felt like a reject. And it also happened at a time where all my friends and people around my circle were now getting married.
Oh my goodness, like why me?
Why me? I cannot tell you how many weddings I have attended on my own. You get an invitation, you and your partner, and I'm always RSVPing as the lonesome.
Wow.
And we have this joke that would come around with my friends where they say, you don't want to be a black coffee where you are launching. Every event you are launching a new person. I also don't want to be a black coffee. But at the same time, I realized as well, you mentioned it earlier, you were saying marriage is an achievement, but it is a necessity.
That's right.
And I believe this. Coming from the childhood that I was raised in. I believe that there is a certain power, there is a certain love and warmth that comes from
togetherness.
Yes, where two people become a unit and they take it upon themselves to build a home. And so I believed in that. So it became very difficult to now be the person who is standing on the outside watching what I believe to be better than where I currently am.
Okay, so I'm going to cut you because I also want to.
Yes.
I want to buttress your point, and I always tell people something that you are already a complete human being, but you need somebody to compliment you.
Yes.
You see, if I wake up in the morning, I don't have makeup on, I am a beautiful woman.
Yes.
And then people come and do their magic and just enhance, and then it's, you know, they would do some kind of makeup that it will make my eyes pop, or, you know, all of those things. So yes, a lot of people misunderstand something, that single mothers want to be single. I think there's no sane person that wakes up in the morning and say, I want to orchestrate my life in a way that I will be single.
Yeah.
So no, but when it happens to what you're saying, that's when all the negative emotions, you know, you start feeling yourself with it, because somehow, let's be honest, marriage might not be an achievement, but as much as it's a necessity, it's also a measure of how far you've come in life, and if you are able to. Because in my head, the battles that I struggle with is like, is it because I have a strong personality? So because of that, maybe sometimes my confidence is misconstrued for arrogance. You know, and I've had men tell me that you intimidate me.
And that means he's not the one for you.
Thank you.
So, just on that, and Ade, I know you and I speak a lot offline as well, and there are so many similarities that we find. Before my current relationship, when I came to understand myself, so you speak of a strong personality, I understand mine to be a strong presence. And I said to myself, I want someone who is bigger than me. That was all I said, because at the time I couldn't define what bigger than me.
Yeah, I was going to ask. Yeah.
And I realized that if I have such a strong presence, I don't need someone who's going to come to me and say they're intimidated by me. I need someone who's going to come to me and say, no, that's the one. That's who I want. And only a person who is bigger than me, and it doesn't have to be materialistically bigger than me.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be physically bigger than me. But when I
the
said
spirit is
exactly,
bigger. Yes.
Exactly. And obviously, I mean, we pray.
Yes.
And when I put it to God like that, I knew that He would understand what I meant. And the fact of the matter is, I'm also a firstborn daughter, which comes with its own
responsibility and expectations.
Exactly. And in that role, there's so many instances where I have to lead, where I have to be bold, where I have to make decisions. And I thought to myself, God, please give me someone that I can happily and easily submit to.
Wear my crown and still be His wife.
Yes. And as much as we're not married, He is that.
Yet, you're not married yet. Yes. So now let's go back to, can you be specific, like how, you know, to say I feel like a failure is a spectrum.
Yes.
Do you have instances where, you know, like me, like sometimes, you know, I just sit alone and I start thinking in my head, where did I go wrong? What did I do wrong? But I came to the conclusion that I did my best. And I'm leaving the rest and forging it. And that's why I said in my dialogue to say, when I was leaving my relationship, I Googled a wedding dress. And I said something, I said, God, maybe I didn't invite you enough the first time. I want you to be in it the second time. And, you know, so, and I'm saying this also to clear the notion that single mothers are bitter, they don't like love. No, I love love. I would like to get married again to the love of my life, somebody that can interpret my love language in the way that I understand. So how did the negative emotion, how did it impact you? I want you to tell me that.
Yeah.
And then after that, I would like to know When did you get the epiphany that this is not serving me?
Yes.
This is not who I am. These are just voices in my head and they are not whispers from God.
Yeah.
How? So please.
So at 25, I'll admit I was still a kid.
Yeah.
Whatever society says, at 25, there's no way that you're going to have your life in order.
That's right.
So not only was my life not in order, it felt as though it was crashing. And I remember though that when I walked away from that relationship, I even said to the father of my child, I said to him, this is our daughter. It's a girl child.
Oh, this is getting rather deep, intense, and interesting for me. But for now, let's take a break and we'll be right back.
I can no longer stay in an environment that doesn't serve me. And understanding that I am enough, that I am 100%.
Amen.
That a partner will also be 100%. And we will be 100% together.